off the pig, please. All right. So today we're solving systems of equations with one variable. This first one's pretty simple. It says, which of the following equations below represents the second step of the solution process? Well, what's the first thing you would need to do? Yeah, do the distribution of the multiplication. Multiplication over addition and subtraction. So that's negative 3 times 2, which is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 2, which is plus 6, is equal to negative 2. And what's your answer choice? C. C is not your answer choice. No, it's B. It is B. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no more. C has both negatives.
Follow Wesley down that path no longer. Okay. All right. What does it mean to solve an equation?
To answer the question. To answer it.
A solution is the value that makes an equation true. What happens when you lose your x's and your statement isn't true? In other words, if I lose my x's and I have 6 is equal to 7, is that a true statement?
No.
So that means that that would be what kind of solution?
No solution.
No solution. Okay? All right. What are the processes for solving one-variable equations? By using inverse operations. Okay. All right, flip the page. A gas station rents moving vans to individuals. Customers, you know what? You need to understand, anything to do with farting is funny to boys. Okay? They start out that way when they're very small. They like making those noises and they think they're funny. Okay? There you go. Okay? All right? That's why. Okay? All right, enough now, boys. Settle down. A gas station rents moving vans to individuals. Customers can either pay by the day or by the mile for using the vans. The chart below shows the rental rates. Write an inequality and then solve it. What is the greatest number of miles a customer could drive the 24-foot van at the per mile rate each day and still pay less than the daily rate? So what is the per mile rate for a 24-foot van?
$20
So we're going to put 20 plus 0.5, what? M or X?
M.
All right. And we want that to be what? Greater than or less than? We want that to be less than the daily rate of 68. So let's solve it. What are we going to do first? Subtract our 20, and we end up with 0.5 M is less than what? 48. Then we're going to divide by 0.5, and we get M is less than what?
24. So it would be 8.
No, you are wrong. You are wrong. It's what?
96.
Thank you. It's not dividing by 2. When you divide by a half, it does not divide it by 2. Be careful. That's why they have that answer of 24 there, so that you will choose it because you think that dividing by a half is dividing by 2. So if it's less than 96, what's our answer choice? D. 95. Okay. All right. What happens when we get an inequality? We lose our x's, and we end up with a statement like this. What is that? That's a true statement, correct? So what kind of answer for an inequality is that?
True.
I'm still waiting.
What?
How many solutions are you going to have for an inequality? Infinite. Okay, number of solutions. Okay, what is the solution to an inequality? All the values that make the inequality what? True. Okay. Why is it necessary to change signs when using the multiplicative property of -1 when solving an inequality? Lord have mercy.
Oh, yes.
The inequality sign needs to be flipped to represent the inverse property of the, here we go, multiplicative property of -1.
-1. Yes.
Okay. All right. Last topic. Solving systems of linear equations. Our favorite. Okay. So, technically, it says, what is the y-coordinate of the solution to the systems of linear equalities? This one you can put in your calculator because it's really easy to manipulate to both y equals. Correct? Okay, so we're going to do this one the easy way. So if I have x minus y is equal to 4, I can do -y is equal to -x plus 4. Multiply everything by -1. I end up with y is equal to x minus 4. Do we agree? Okay. X plus 2y is equal to 7. Subtract x from both sides. I end up with 2y is equal to -x plus 7. Divide by 2, and I end up with y is equal to -1/2 x plus 7/2. Now, calculator way, and then we're going to do one out of your homework together that is the long way, okay? Calculator way is to go to y equals. Under y1, put y equals x, or actually under y1, put x minus 4. Y2, put negative parentheses, 1 divided by 2 parentheses x.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention, my boy.
Plus parentheses 7 divided by 2 parentheses. Okay. And if you did all that wonderful math, you could hit second in table. And all they're wanting to know is the y value. So The solution is when the y values are the same for x. Do you guys understand that? Okay. So where is that?
5.
When x is 5, but they ask for the y coordinate. So what is the y coordinate?
1.
So your answer should be D. The solution set for this is 5, 1. Okay? What does it mean to be a solution set for a system of linear? It is a point that makes both equations true. And it is usually at that cross, correct? Remember, we found it in a different way. Do you remember doing that? We used our calculator. If you have a graph of the situation, you can always find the intersection of the two graphs. Do you remember that? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So here's another tool in your toolbox. I could hit second, trace. I want the intersection, which is 5. Enter, enter, enter. And I get x is equal to 5, y is equal to 1. There are many different ways now that you have, or you should have, in your toolbox to skin this cat. Okay? What types of solutions can happen when solving two variable systems of linear equations? Your answers are either one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. For a system of equations, not inequalities, equations, to have an infinite number of solutions, what would those lines have to be? What? You have two lines. What would have to happen? They'd have to be coinciding lines. They'd have to be on top of each other. Correct? Okay. All righty, let's go and let's get to our work and talk about a couple of issues. We're going to do a problem together. Hand one that way.
I'm having to my calculator. It's not
And
working.
three that way. Will you have one that way? Thank
Two x divided by
Too much time, honey. There's a song that talks about. I forget who sings that. All right. First off, let's just talk about the administration cleanup type of stuff. All right. There is a problem on page 155 with where the hole punched. So please turn to page 155 where the hole punched. It should be $1.50. So write that up there.
$1.
Okay? Everybody got that? Look, did you fix it? Did you write it down? All right. On page 161, number 11. Needs to be 12,650 where the hole punch hit.
I can still.
The hole punch actually didn't hit mine.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay? Well, some people's it did and some people's it didn't. Okay? All right.
The word tick.
All right. All right. So we're going to do number 12. At the new cinema, it costs $14.25 to purchase 2 large popcorns and 3 medium sodas. That's cheap. The cost for 3 large popcorns and 2 medium sodas is $17. What is the cost of 1 large popcorn and 1 medium soda? So, I'm going to write myself a note. That is what I need. That is my actual question, okay? I know I'm never going to be able to fit all. You guys might be able to fit it all in there, but I can't fit it all in there, okay? So I'm not even going to try, okay? So what I do know is this. I've got popcorns and sodas. Obviously, they're talking about the popcorns in the same size, and they're talking about the sodas in the same size, so I don't have to worry about that. All I got to worry about is popcorns and sodas. And I've got 2 popcorns plus 3 sodas equals $14.25. And then I have 3 popcorns plus 2 sodas equals $17. Okay? So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first equation and I'm going to solve it for S, a soda. What the heck? So I've got 2P plus 3S is equal to $14.25. Okay? I'm going to subtract 2P from both sides, and I'm going to have 3S is equal to negative 2P plus $14.25. I'm going to divide everything by 3. And I'm going to have S is equal to negative 2/3 P plus 475. So I have my S, don't I? It's not very, I can't really put that in a register though, can I? Okay, so now I'm going to come over to my second equation, which was 3. Do you remember us? We made 3 columns when we did this. Do you remember this? We took and we did our first stuff here, okay? Then we had a middle column, and then we had an ending column. Do you remember this?
Y'all quit whining.
Okay. So, did we do our second equation in the middle one, or did we do it here?
Middle, the far right.
The far right. So we had 3P plus 2S is equal to 17. Now what are we going to solve? We're going to substitute in for S. Negative 2/3 P plus 475 is equal to 17.
You forgot the 1 in front of the 4.
The 1 in front of the 4. What?
It's 14 points.
Oh, no. It's 475 when I divided by 3. Okay? All right, so now I have 3P plus 2 times negative 2/3 gives me, it actually, I don't want a plus sign. It gives me a negative 4/3 P. And 2 times 475 gives me plus 950 equals 17. And I could carry the 0.00, okay? I will in the end because it's money, so I might as well just put it on there now, I guess. Okay? Alright. So now, what am I going to do? Combine like terms, correct? 3P minus 4/3 P is what? 5/3 P plus 950 equals $17. Now what do I need to do? Subtract 950 from both sides. And I'm going to end up with 5/3 P is equal to what? 750. That's correct. We're talking about money, so I want to make sure that I'm I'm dealing with this in money. Now what am I going to do? I wouldn't. Multiply by 3 over 5. The reciprocal, because I want this to be 1, correct? Okay. So I've got P is equal to 750 times 3/5, which is what? $4.50. So I know how much a popcorn is, huh? Yay! So one popcorn is $4.50. So I could put my $4.50 in here, huh? Now I have to go back to my this right here and plug in for my popcorn. I can do it any place, right? I could do it up here. I could do it down here. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay. Which one do you want to do?
S equals.
Do you? Alrighty. S equals negative 2/3 P plus 475. I've got S equals negative 2/3 times $4.50 plus 475. S equals negative 3 plus 475. And I get S is equal to 175. So my soda is 175. So I come back over here and I plug in 175. And I end up with what? 625. And there is my answer. Do not turn in these questions without work. All right? I want to see no circles because you got them from somebody else. Really? Okay, well, you do that on some of these, and I will promote you to the next level. Okay? No questions asked. All right. This will give you some food for thought over the weekend. This packet will take some time. Okay. But there's not too many of these. That only leaves you 5 of these left. And these are going to be the hard ones, okay? That only leaves you 5 of these left. These are the hard ones. The other stuff is easy. By the way, on number 2 on page 151, since you guys will freak out, page 151, number 2. The figure below is an isosceles triangle. Tell me something about an isosceles triangle that you know. Two sides, 2 angles for isosceles. Correct. So these 2 angles are the same. These 2 sides are the same measure. So what is the length of this side? What are you going to do? 4 times x minus 1 is equal to 3 times x plus 5. Set them equal to each other and solve for what? X. Okay. Alrighty-dighty. It says the length, what is the length of side AB? So see, a length's on a rectangle, aren't they the same? So you take one and set it equal to the other. Doesn't that make sense? And solve for x. Okay? Number 5, you're going to solve for x and then have to plug it back in to find your side lengths. Right, you're just going to have to It says, what is the perimeter? So you're going to put this plus this is equal to 36. Solve for x. Then you have to plug it in to find your side lengths, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Have fun. Like I said, those 5 are going to take you the longest.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
I still have.
I was just gonna watch you.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Now